Alright, it's been like a week, and if anybody asks you what I've been up to, you see, I've been reading this really interesting book from school, and it's taken up all of my free time. I've been studying extremely hard and not doing anything else. Anyways, I feel like this story should be divided into parts. I'm really glad you decided to send in an application. I'm wondering if there's some special reason why you decided to apply. Do you have any particular set of skills for the job? Well, you see, I read this really interesting book recently. Look, I don't know how I landed that job either, okay? I found out that there was going to be another dude my age also working there during the summer, and for the sake of his anonymity, I'll just call him Steve. Now, think about every single annoying habit that you could possibly remember about anyone that you know. Steve probably gave them the idea, okay? You see, during breaks, he would always bring at least 3 different glasses or cups filled with either coffee or water to the table, and that would always make the dishes stack up like crazy. He would then proceed to leave these rings created under the glasses imprinted in the table. It got so bad that our boss had to tell everyone to make sure not leave any filth behind whenever we left the lunchroom. Now, you may think that I'm being a little too harsh on Steve here, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. He would also be late at least a few times a week, turn off all the lights before closing up to be able to go home as soon as possible, always tries to pass off boring or hard tasks onto me, like I wasn't struggling enough, fighting for my life, trying not to break my back, carrying unnecessarily heavy bags of birdseed for a bunch of antiquated customers. He would also forget to put the chair back after lunch. Honestly, this one may be the weirdest one of all. For some unexplainable reason, he would very often forget, at least I really hope that he forgot this. I noticed that the fly in his pants would often be left open on like several occasions, and I really don't know why. The funny thing is, I later found out that I wasn't the only one that had noticed this. At least one of our coworkers noticed and made up a nickname for Steve based on him leaving his fly down, which I think was very well deserved. When I was told that other people had noticed and also been annoyed by Steve's behavior, I felt a little bad, you know, but also I was glad that I wasn't the only one. To be able to access the building, you need both a keycard and a personal code. Your code only works with your card. However, you only need to use both the code and the card if you're the last person to leave or if you work on a Saturday. One of the first things our boss told us were that if we lose our keycard, we must tell him as soon as possible, and we're not allowed to share our personal code with anyone else. 2 or 3 weeks into the summer, Steve tells me that he could not find his keycard. And at the time, I didn't really think much of it. I mean, it wasn't gonna be my problem now, was it? Right? Right. Some more days pass. It's Friday, and Steve tells me that he has a problem. He's working early tomorrow, Saturday, and since he still hasn't found his keycard, he won't be able to unlock the doors. Now, I'm not stupid. I could see where this were going miles away. You know, I'm something of a detective myself. He was gonna ask if he could borrow my keycard. I needed to think fast. I wouldn't even let him borrow my library card. As soon as I understood what was going on, I told him that I hoped that he would find his card and that I had left mine at home since I knew that I wasn't gonna need it today. At this point, I was feeling pretty confident with the whole thing. Since he hadn't had the time to ask for the card, he wouldn't suspect that I lied. He would have to confess to someone that he couldn't be able to open the store, and our boss would find out that he had lost his card. I feel like I should emphasize that I didn't want anything bad to happen to the guy, but I also did not want to carry his secret or be responsible if he borrowed my card and something bad happened. At the end of the day, when we were about to leave, my stupid muscle memory kicks in, and I accidentally grab my keycard and unlock the door out to the parking lot. I realized my mistake, but it was too late. I tried to brush it off as if I had just realized that I had it, but I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of start to panic. I knew he wanted to ask for my keycard, but he didn't want to do it in front of our colleague. So I used the opportunity to rush to my car and drive away from there as fast as possible. You know, if there's something you should learn from this video, it's that sympathy for bad people is a waste of energy. I recently found out that anytime somebody would notice the sloppy things that Steve had done, he would actually try to pass off the blame on me. Come on, man. I did it. I was home. Despite the slip up, everything was fine. I'd made it home and everything was gonna be okay. Fuck!